idea about the restaurant came back in 2010 actually. And back then I was not involved. It was the family who owns the restaurant who wanted to actually build an underwater hotel. But then they thought it was maybe a little bit too ambitious to build an underwater hotel. And then they thought that if we are going to take over this hotel, we need something to happen in this area. And then 2016 they called me and asked if I wanted to be a part of this wonderful project. And at that point I was actually tired of cooking. I didn't want to be a chef anymore. I wanted to find something else to do.
Really?
Yeah, I saw the possibilities. We talked about the ambitions. It was like meant to be, and it was like, okay, where do I sign the paper? And in January 2018 we started to build the restaurant. So it took like 14 months to build the restaurant. Then we opened for the first guest, like paying guest, in the 2nd of April 2019. We got the Michelin star in February 2020. Barely opened 1 year, like 10 months we were open. And then the COVID came 1 month later, closing down, opening up, closing down, opening up. It was a roller coaster. Well, last year was our first real year running financially, you know, when we had 1 full year to see the budgets and everything. Then I started already to think about dishes I wanted to put on the menu. And the first dish you're getting served here in the restaurant, the limpets, is actually one of the first things I wanted to put on the menu also. The idea of that dish started back then, actually 2.5 years before the opening. Trying to connect with fishermen and farmers and all these things. I already had a really good network. I lived in this area of Kristiansand, and I still had to find out about the fishermen over here, and in a smaller city over there, and a smaller city over there, to try to create a new network of fishermen to work with, fishmongers, vegetable suppliers, small farm. Of course, trying to educate myself more in seaweed, as local as possible, farmers who's doing a good job and understand the quality. Also really curious about how the animals are living. For instance, now we have lamb on the menu. This lamb is coming from a guy where I personally have met the guy and seen the place where he's slaughtering them. He works with different small farmers who's bringing the lamb there to him himself. So they are super relaxed, they are with a person they know. And also that the animal is having a good life until it ends its life is super important for me. I would not put something on the menu that I don't know where it's coming from. In totally we are 14 nationalities in the entire restaurant. We only have 1 person from Norway. For the kitchen it's easy to find staff actually. We get a lot of applications, CVs every day. But for front of house it's much more difficult. It's difficult also to come up with an answer why. Actually, in the beginning, it was like you were mentioning, people came just for the location. But now I have a great team behind me. We do a really good service job also. If it would be just a destination restaurant without ambitions, and a restaurant that just be a nice place to be, but the food would be not so good. I'm so happy that we proved them wrong. We also keep pushing and evolving, seeking new ingredients to be better and better every day as we do, so that guests will come back because of food and of course the building, how it is. The things is connected. You cannot survive with only having the building, I think, in long term.